What's going on, guys? So today in this video we're going to be installing the new RTD shifter. This will fit the F80s, F82s, the F87 M2s. RTD has been working on this for quite some time. They have a lot of other cars already, but for whatever reason it took a little longer for the F80 platform. Everything's just about back on and ready to go, but before putting that back in, I wanted to get the shifter sorted out so that way once all this is in the car, it's just easy, one clip to mount the shifter and I'm ready to go. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I should have 2 or 3 videos out before this. This is a fully built S55 with a Speedtech single turbo top mount. So I have a video unboxing the Speedtech kit and what you get. I have a video installing the Speedtech kit. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend go check that out. And let's get into unboxing this RTD shifter and installing it. All right, so I'll be honest, I did take a little peek, did not disappoint. Look at this. So you have a few different options with RTD. They have different shaft colors and Durlin knobs, metal knobs, stuff like that. I decided to go with carbon fiber and the black anodized knob. The inside of the F80s have carbon fiber and black everywhere, so as sleek as something as ridiculous as this could get. It does come with a shift boot cover for the top, a couple nuts, your DSSR, that's nice, I guess it's adjustable, and that's it. In here there's 2 different plates. One of them goes on the inside of the tunnel and the other goes at the top in the center console. So this is the plate that goes inside the transmission tunnel under the car, and this is the plate that goes above in the center console. Kind of just winging it here. Aren't really any instructions, so we'll figure it out. I did have an RTD in another car I bought that was already installed, and overall just great shifters. It's not too notchy. This spring definitely helps. I have an RRP shifter in my drift car and it's just a little over the top, so having this little spring to kind of assist helps a lot. So I took some of this off beforehand to get the shifter and all that out to pull the engine. There's your panel here for the iDrive stuff, just a couple hard clips you have to pull up on, and then this connector. Take off this panel here, that's just 2 clips, and then we need to take out the center console screws to be able to actually move stuff around, and then we'll have more access to where the shifter gets bolted down to. I found it easiest if you stick your finger all the way in the front, right under here. There's a metal clip. You can kind of stick your finger up and push it towards you, and that will help release this clip, and there's one back here. And then while doing this, just try and stick your flathead in to get a little more leverage. And pressing up. Second. To take off this Torx, and I think there's one here that I previously took off that's going to get this upper half out. Then we have 2 Torx all the way back here. After these 2 screws, you have a couple 10mm bolts right here, 3 of those. We're gonna go to the back. You're gonna pop this off with a flathead, and there's gonna be 2 10mm bolts all the way at the bottom there. You need to pull off your e-brake, just forcefully push all the way up. Just pull it back a couple inches and it should be good. Shove the plate in, and you want to get under the carpet here, front and back, and these bolts should be in the actual hole of the shifter, so you don't have to drill anything. The sandwich plate that bolts underneath is what these bolts eventually go to. I thought you had to cut the carpet and maybe drill some holes, but this is pretty simple. We're gonna cut this centerpiece here. Shouldn't really affect much. We're gonna take off this metal plate. Down and out. There we go.
So we're gonna do the...
Fast forward, it is 2 a.m. Put the engine in, recorded all that. That was a whole mission. And I go to put the DSSR in, record it, come up here to finish off the RTD video that you're watching right now. And like completely weird, like everything is forward. I'm like, what the hell? So take off the shift boot, and I had installed it backwards. I literally knew this, and I guess I just mistakenly, because I was distracted, installed it this way, but the spring and all that goes forward. And I purposely tried to remember that because I had asked RTD about it. So took it all off. It's 2 a.m. We're gonna finish off this video, get it installed, get the DSSR in, and see how it feels. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put both plates together, put the boot on real nice. Now try and wiggle it under the carpet. I'm gonna be lifting the back of the console at the same time, and that seemed to help earlier. Okay, lift up the carpet. We'll slide the front. Lift up the back of the carpet. And we're in. How this RTD shifter works for the F80 is it has like the sandwich plate that goes underneath, and these bolts are pretty close to each corner, and it kind of sandwiches the whole chassis together. I felt it earlier when it was on backwards but fully mounted and on the transmission, and it felt amazing. Like there was no play at all. So now we'll go under the car and put the sandwich plate on, and then we'll have to hold these Allen keys, maybe with a socket hitting the shifter to hold it, and tighten up the 13mm nylon nuts and washers on the sandwich plate underneath the car. Allen key and socket wrench here, so when I tighten it, it'll catch and hold it down some. Unless you have two people. If you have two people, obviously one person up here. Make it simple, but it's 2 a.m. I don't have two people. And here's a glimpse of the next video. Look at that. That was a mission. And look at your DSSR. It's gonna come with a shorter attachment for the shifter side. I'm not sure which you're really supposed to use. It might be like a preference thing, because depending on how long this is how forward or back your shifter is. So for now, I'm gonna put in the short one, and we'll see how it looks from there. So you wanna position this so the Allen is facing down. This is the front of the car. This is where the transmission is, and back of the car. But they're a little different in width, so if it doesn't fit, you have it wrong. And just make sure you have the Allen key facing down. That way, if you ever go to change it, you have the access to it. Wiggle it in, push it through, and just to get this clip on now. Sandwich plate on, nut, locking washer, and big washer. Get one up and tight, and the whole plate kind of gets smushed all together, so you don't have to hold it up. All right, so we're back up top. Before you put the DSSR in, what I wanted to do is line up everything up top so I know where this is positioned. So like that's, let's say, the center. That way I know to adjust the DSSR to not be, you know, back here, all the way up here. Start with the bracket. Keep an eye out for this corner trim here when you're pushing in the center console. It has a little lip that it slides into, and the same for this side. So now we'll do the 2 torques down here. I cut the original nice pretty LED shift knob, just cut it right here, and I tucked it. You probably could get a new one, but you can also kind of get away with this one and it won't look too bad. So what I'm going to do now is put it into like a neutral position, you know, not too forward, not too far back. Go underneath and adjust the DSSR to line up with this so it's not too far forward, but I think that's a good neutral. So I'm gonna go with the longer DSSR. Just get the pin, try and fish it through here. Then I'll just put the clip, and now we'll mess with the length a little bit, make sure his boot is good, all the way back here. So there's a little adjustment screw that goes in here. I had taken it out. You want to put it in or just loosen it. You can mess with the length of it, but we'll go ahead and tighten this now. All right, so let's see the final product here. Looks amazing. So that's neutral. I think I want to extend it a little further back, but I mean, look at that. Again, the shift boot, you know, if you can maybe buy a new one that's meant for the car and not cut up, but you can kind of tuck it away and it's not too bad. All right guys, so that's gonna be it for the RTD mini carbon shift knob install. Not too bad, definitely worth the money, and as you saw, very notchy. But that's what we want here. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see how this got in here, check out the next video. It was a whole nightmare, and we also ran into a little bit of an issue that Speedtech didn't warn us about. Gotta figure that out. That is the RTD mini shift lever carbon with the black anodized shift knob. Stay tuned, that video will be out shortly, and if you like what you saw, consider subscribing. Like the video, comment what you think it should do better, comment what you want to see, and hopefully this car gets running soon. So I'm gonna get some sleep. Thanks for watching, guys.